Greetings, I'm Lies.
And I am Dancing Scandal.
And let's play a game together.
All
All right,
yes.
so this is another one of our just chat specific episodes where we're going to be talking to Satan today, played by my good friend Scandal, who's going to be talking to themselves plenty because they are also the pro tag. But I will drop in for fun commentary and stuff.
I mean, we could just switch it. Do you want to play men for a little bit?
Oh, I don't know. You have to tell me if I'm getting it right, though. We'll see how this goes. At any rate, this is going to be super fun. So we're just going to be doing some short little chat episodes.
Because honestly, these do take a little bit of time.
They do, actually. And most of our episode would just be chatting through with everybody. We think it'd be fun to do them in short little bunches. All right.
There's going to be an art event in the museum today. You'd like to come along with me, man?
Honestly, art and culture. Well, I don't want to be like, yay, love. I would be, if I was going.
Yeah,
I would be
like
art
boomer
and
culture is like,
woo.
yes, of like that thing of going, I will be upper class kind of thing.
I will do the upper. I'm entitled to these things. I deserve these things. Yeah, that's the one. All right, and we're just gonna do it. Be like, woo,
yes,
art, you betcha.
Yes.
I love the ridiculous.
That's also
cat ears.
I thought you'd be interested.
Yes, so
Yes.
much. I assume humans like things.
The exhibit focuses on a single artist who has never shown their face in public.
Only there.
Anyone who lays their eyes on their paintings is said to have their very core exposed for all to see, while that same core burns a furious red and white with passion and lust. It's a very stimulating experience, or so I've heard.
I see.
There are even rumors floating about that this mysterious artist is none other than Dandelion. Dandelion?
Dandelion.
Dandelion.
It's
It's Jaskier. But who can say for sure? I look forward to confirming the truth for myself with my own eyes. Okay, so if you don't know that reference.
Dandelion. That's
Okay,
so great. Right.
So the thing is in the Witcher novels, Jaskier's original name is Dandelion.
Right.
So that's why I was like, oh, so it's...
And they changed it to Jaskier. So apparently Jaskier has gone not only into, barding and singing and composing, he's also gone into art to stimulate the kind of interest that he's interested in.
He really is.
He really is. Jaskier's just like, when's my next play? That is him.
He really...
It's like, when is, can I hang with you and when's my next play?
I wish to have a time, and you know what time I'm gonna have?
A boning time.
Valley of Peace. Tonight is the night of the super blood moon,
Just for a second.
With your bloody moon.
Bloody moon. Who the hell invited moon? Just makes a bloody mess of everything.
All right, good.
So I was just going to say, in reference to the thing my friend Scandal here went off about with the Valley of Penis, it actually is in the show. If you haven't seen the show, there's this wonderful tiny little scene, and I say wonderful in like a nerdy, hilarity kind of sense.
Where the thing of going,
where you got Jennifer approaching him, and it was a very real threat to his life, if you will.
Oh, yeah.
But you got her just reaching down, just grabbing his junk as he's like, she's like, oh, you sing, you can do this.
You should sing.
And he starts to sing, and he's going, oh, Valley, and she grabs him, oh, penis. And there's this immediate cut on the camera where I just want to assume that he improvised that, and that she died laughing as an actress instantly afterwards, and everyone just went, oh my God.
Because honestly, that sounds like people also, though, too. But
it does.
It was I love this. So the fun thing that I always think about, like, The Witcher, what I keep encountering with it is I'm going, like, it's got so many, like, nice humanizing moments of where everybody's having a very, like, what I would call normal, or very, like, what appears to be very normal, because obviously it's a constructed world, and it's, people
making
are acting,
very people choices.
but it feels very realistic in that sense, which is very charming.
And sometimes people are making very dumb choices. But anyways, that bit was great.
Are you asleep? If not, why don't we take a walk and go moon gazing together?
Moon.
Moon.
Oh, I'm going to bed now. Nights in the Devildom are scary. I'm sleepy, but I want to go. Honestly, nights in the Devildom are really
scary. I'm going to bed now. I'm sleepy, but I want to go.
I kind of like that
I feel like
one,
no,
honestly, because again, there's this experience of if we are an older boomer generation individual, just so you know, we are like a retirement aged man.
Right.
That's who we've decided to be because we just think that's going to be the best way to approach this dating game.
Why not? It works
anyway, and anyway, so they like going, I need to know what my environment is and I should have access to everything.
But it's also that thing again of culture. Go watch the moon at night.
Right?
So many people
do the culture.
I'm going like,
see the
I'm
stars.
tired and I want to see it anyway. You're like,
yep. I could see it. I could see
Yeah,
it.
like, I'm like, no,
I'm sleepy, but I want to go in. You know what? I've already had my nighttime sleepy tea, but I could just go on a walk.
Okay. Hold on, let me type.
I'm typing.
Typing.
Okay.
As a human, there's going to be a once-in-a-lifetime chance to see the Devildom's super blood moon.
That's so modern,
Who
Trudy.
knows?
Super
We might
blood
even run
moons.
into Sariel. Who the hell is Sariel?
Surreal.
Oh, God, is that one of the angels?
Yeah, I think
remember
so,
we've been
probably.
told.
Because there's 2 angels here as well.
Uh-huh. Oh, before I forget, all of this stays a secret from Lucifer. Understand?
Little devil thumbs up is hilarious.
Honestly, from
That's
Satan, I
so
would expect
funny.
that instantly to go, understand?
Understand? Do you understand?
I'm immediately going to start threatening you, and then
Aye.
going back to being, I'm useless.
I'm so playful. Blah, 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 blah. But also, dude, don't do it.
Don't tempt
Don't.
me.
Don't. I'm for the tempting, not you.
No,
Etc.
Asmodeus, that's me.
That's
You
what
said
I-
I'm too drunk.
What? Huh?
Man, what television shows do you watch? Oh, God.
Documentaries.
There's a lot of dramas, though.
That's fair. I was like, I don't know. So like, my grandma, she watches and that might be, I don't know. Yeah, that should be about the right place. I don't know. I'm like generations. Generations.
No,
Anyway,
that's too old.
that's
Like, great
probably
grandma's
too old.
Yeah.
Like great grandma's too old, but like
great grandma's
my-
solidly too old.
Right, but like I was gonna say, my grandma watches a lot of documentaries and nonfiction things and crime shows.
Right.
I don't know if crime shows
The
are
thing
covered
is,
in documentaries.
you should go
And,
to
like,
your more in our case. We should go to our parents. Really, honestly, like.
Okay, I say, and then so my mom doesn't watch anything, but my dad mostly watches science fiction.
Okay.
Like mostly, like he's like, I want to say he's mostly like Star Trek and like Deep Space Nine and all of those when they were around.
Right.
And then he just likes science fiction. He's watched every weird science fiction the sci-fi show has ever come out with.
Right.
Including like the wormhole one, which I forget what it is, like Sliders. I think it was called Sliders.
Well, see,
where they
I
were
don't
telling
really have
through-
any input on this because my parents were always like, well, you know, we're
See-
too Christian for any of this
See,
stuff.
most of like the
Documentaries was mostly going to be what they would end up watching.
As I was say, most of it as I've seen with and I don't know if older is the right word, but much older than me generation
Right.
is going to be either watching like
Well, I mean, and I don't
the
necessarily know
Golden
where we are
Girls or
because of
Murder,
how
She
old
Wrote.
that is. So
I don't either. I'm like, I feel like a lot of people get older and they watch nonfiction,
right.
like, or they watch essentially game shows. But I think that boomers
Is that
don't
what
do
a
as many game
variety
shows.
show is?
Sometimes it depends on how you interpret it.
That's why I'm like, variety shows, like dramas, documentaries. I think like probably a safe one is probably documentaries.
Yeah, because I don't think a lot of dramas necessarily, unless
Oh,
you're-
because they like saying that they're historical
I was like, 'cause
and going
if
like,
you're-
I watch all the World War II stuff. No, I
Right,
remember a lot
if
of
you're
that.
a woman, you're gonna have more of like I like dramas because I've been watching like a lot of like people stories, Hallmark Channel.
Right, we're gonna do documentaries.
And what's the other one like Flex or Life or whatever? There's another like quote woman's channel that does a lot of drama stories.
Oh no, there's Hallmark Channel. There is oh shoot.
I don't remember what it is either. Anyway, documentaries.
Let's do documentaries. I'm like, dang it, I'm trying to remember what the other one is. No,
Yeah.
I'm like, I can't remember.
It might be Life or
It's
something
the
like
Christmas Channel.
that. Right.
Oh God.
Documentaries.
Documentaries. I see.
They're more boring than I
Well,
thought.
they're fascinating in their own way. I prefer dramas.
You sound like someone who likes drama.
You really
To be
do.
honest, you sound like a drama.
There was a
queen.
string of truly awful dramas on until not too long ago. This seasons are so gripping. I can't stop watching. A beacon in the dark is one you will regret not having seen. I assure you, it's about a human who ends up in the Templedom. He solves mysteries using his unique perspective as a human
Okay,
person.
that sounds like the reference
Oh,
to
God,
an anime.
yes.
Somehow it really does. Like somebody's mentioning their fandom here, and I'm giggling.
Oh, God. He doesn't catch criminals so much as he exposes angels committing crimes in the guise of a demon. It's a unique spin on the genre, and I can't get enough. The very first episode is already aired, so it won't take very long to catch up on. So you should be in the mood. Should you be in the mood, I highly recommend it.
Please go watch it. I need someone to talk about this with.
I'm also like, it's so gripping. You have one episode.
My new fandom.
With the season is so interesting. You mean the episode?
Maybe it was like
The
a
pilot?
Maybe it was like a 4-hour pilot.
It's supposed to be interesting.
It
So
is.
if none of you guys realize why sometimes people go, the first episode was brilliant, is
Because the pilot is supposed to be
interesting.
They spend more time and more energy and more money on the pilot than is sustainable for the show as a whole, generally.
Well, and sometimes actually the pilot doesn't even become a part of the main show. The pilot was actually something they would make to show off to the executive, like to the producers, to try to convince them
that
to turn it into a full show.
Go. That too.
So there's been cases of that, but now they have been taking more risks of going. What we did is we started basically with a much simpler opener, and that's the same one that you see.
But sometimes you watch the pilot to Deadlight Me and you go, this is going to be the most amazing show ever. And then you go, it's okay. And the first season was good. First season was pretty fine.
Right?
Like, solid concept. And then it kind of went off the rails after that a bit.
All right, so clearly we're having a grand old time.
Level F, I highly recommend. He's like, let me just share stuff I like with you.
Someone be my fan.
Pay attention to me. There are a lot of them like pay attention.
Do you remember the title of the drama that I recommended to you? It's about to start. It was a beacon.
Hang on. This is really an experience of going, do you remember things about me that I care about?
Right?
I mean, it is a beacon.
A beacon in the dark. Yeah, I was like, it's just a beacon.
In the dark.
I'm like, of course you would remember, because this would be like...
But if you'd come back here a couple days later or something...
Yeah, this would have been confusing as crap.
It might have been. So this is actually, we might be cheating.
It's fine.
Are we going to make him feel loved?
Maybe.
Or seen?
That's it!
Or recognized? Someone cares!
I knew you'd remember it. All my brothers, they just think I'm too much of a drama whore, and I don't know why. And then when I'll break all their legs at night, they'll feel it. But you know!
And then they'll know that drama is the true way.
I wouldn't have recommended it so much were it not so memorable with one episode under its belt.
Yes!
You could always be a party to my analysis, oh God, while we watch together. No, that's what you're here for, Liza.
We're gonna live blog this.
We are not here for you, sir.
Yep.
We could always be a party to my analysis. You could always be a part of my analysis. And while I'm here texting you, it's nearly started. If you'd like to hear my thoughts on the episode, be here within the next minute.
He really is offering, hold on, to live blog it to you.
Yes.
That's adorable. And so a lot of what we do, as we've realized, is we're essentially live blogging games as we play them. Because there's a level of not just going, oh, let's look at the game, but let's also talk about it and stuff like that.
That's why I said, this is totally about us.
He's trying to steal our shtick.
You're Satan. Get thee hence, Satan.
Send thee forth, and do not come forth
out,
with any longer.
Satan, out, thought!
Because you are trying to steal our gimmick.
Right? If you're free tomorrow, would you like to join me on a little excursion?
Oh, I love excurting.
I'm thinking about scouting out to the nearby cafe. I hear you can enjoy coffee with animals there. It's the first of its... Oh, God. What they go?
These are
animals. This is what owls look like. And you go...
Oh,
God. My God.
This is a cat cafe and an owl cafe. We just took all of the animal concept cafes and we shoved them all together in what we sort of think these animals are.
Right? Again, I love this idea of going, we've got some of the basics down for what even
the idea is.
Interpretation is. But that's so weird at times. It sort of like splits off and becomes this Lovecraftian horror thing.
That's what I was going to say. You have these owls trying to move and it's this incredible, uncanny valley, horrifying experience. They suddenly have other pieces or other limbs, or they're just sort of reaching out and using their feathers like hands to pick things up.
See, what I was also like, and then eventually being like, I'm hungry, and they feast on their own flesh kind of thing.
Right.
Because again, so one of the things I think is really funny is you can look at actually how the natural, history world is, developed for that field itself, for, science in regards to animals, where they were they thought caterpillars, for example, and butterflies were separate species.
For a long time.
For a long time. So there's actually lots of that would make total sense. They have no sense of context other than basically, these are all the horrible people. Like, if we're even going to assume that hell is supposed to be a punishment for bad people, which it sounds like it's just an alternate dimension.
Yeah.
I don't even know. I don't know necessarily where this mythology is going at all.
Or coming from.
Right? And so going you have basically all these demons who are going, I'm watching this process, and I only paid attention for the first 5 days, so I missed the other half because I fell asleep or something, or I got bored.
I've seen pieces of it, and the only parts I cared about were the parts the only parts I really fixated on were the parts that I cared about.
Right.
And so going, owls are like this thing.
Right?
Oh, and owls do this thing. Or the biggest pieces of our culture of going, you have these coffee shop owls, and every one of them is holding a letter in
What
one
if
foot.
it was something even dumber than that, where they're like, the times that we always picked to watch them was always at night, but we never put it together that it was always at night. So we went, owls are massively active and they're extremely predatory. So
and they all have these brilliant, basically reverse color schemes of like, filming at night.
Right.
In essentially your what's your infrared or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Or your infragreen.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so all of them have the color scheme and the appearance of being like filmed through an infragreen lens.
Right.
Kind of thing. And that's what they do sitting in broad daylight in the cafe.
Right, and you're like, I
can't.
Whoa!
My brain.
It's the first one of its kind. It
this.
sounds like fun. Do you want to be comforted by the animals? Do you find it embarrassing to go alone? I almost want to be like, do you want to be comforted by the animals, kind of thing? Because like boomers again have a lot. So a thing that I think
dogs are so
they
sweet.
love is going by themselves.
Right.
They're really actually pretty good about going by themselves compared sometimes to other generations. But also in some ways they also shame each other a lot. Like even like younger generations for just going, why are you they take themselves out to a diner. You don't do that. Someone's supposed to take you on a date to a diner.
If you happen to be a boomer or in that generation and you're watching this, we're just analyzing the boomer stereotypes here.
Yes.
So we're not me saying that all people who could be vaguely called a boomer are this thing, but we are looking at and playing to the stereotypes.
Right.
Just
and
so
also
you know.
based off of what we've ever been exposed to.
And it is the stereotypes the two of us have been exposed to.
Which in that sense is obviously, this is going to be very limited. Like, just as much as just because you've met us as Americans in the United States doesn't mean at all that we are representative entirely of...
In fact, we've heard from one of our followers that we have a very Russian sense of humor, which is lovely.
Which is very entertaining. I find that
charming.
to be hilarious.
It's
I'm
very
just
sweet.
like, I love hua-huaing around.
Russian dancing. All right, here we go.
All right, so first I'm like...
So I kind of like the do you want to be comforted by the animals thing too. And it sort of feels like that thing of going, oh, don't you love dogs?
Right?
Like it sort of feels like that statement. And a lot of boomer generation do love dogs. Like dogs are the pet. They are your standard down home American, 3.5 kids, white picket fence, and a dog.
2.5.
Sorry, 2.5.
2.5. All right, do you want to be comforted by the animals? Let's animal comfort.
Hey, boy, are you uncomfortable?
Would you like comfort?
Hey, boy.
Would you like the toy? Boy, everybody gonna have boy. As I said before, this is a scouting mission.
No, I'm not going there to see the animals.
Never! There are squirrels, chinchillas, and rabbits, but I'm most looking forward to are the hedgehogs.
Okay, that's kind of adorable.
Everybody in England, why does the rest of the world care?
Love hedgehogs. They're such a pest.
They're everywhere.
Everywhere. Pests. Why do Americans love bald eagles? People in Canada shooing them away like pigeons on their cars. Do you think
I could make it my familiar? Be like, I think you can, Satan.
You'll be fine.
You'll be fine.
You could have a hedgehog.
Assuming it doesn't puff at you and bite at you and roll into a ball at you. It's really funny. I know it's amusing. It doesn't mean that they like it very much, but like the little... where they poof at you and they hiss at you, like it's amusing to watch, but it doesn't mean they're happy.
I'm just like, I don't like watching animals be distressed. I don't like watch people being distressed.
No.
Poor people and things being distressed. I'm also just like, that's kind of adorable.
Then I'll give it a try.
You're just like, yay!
Yay!
I'm also like now trying to imagine horrifying versions of those animals misinterpreted poorly. Through, these various interpretations. All right, so.
That's awesome. We got to the end of him, at least for now. We very much appreciate you guys being here. So if you like what we do, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. You can check out our Patreon, check out our Ko-Fi. We have goals, things that we would love to have your help with so we can make our channel better as we go along. So I have been Scandal.
And I have been Lies. And it was
great playing with you.
Bye!